Imagine punching somebody in the face as hard as you can, and like an anime character, they start. Yeah, I like that.
Praying for my city every day and night. When we hit the streets, we ain't trying to fight. Yeah, but we still war ready. Got the whole platoon marching with me, moving steady. Brother just got called in the service for the riots.
Welcome back to On the Move, Season 2. Now for this episode, we'll switch it up a little bit. You know, we always got all you trap rappers in here talking about your crazy stuff y'all be talking about. But today, we have V8 Vaz Change.
My man.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Good. I'm glad to be here. Appreciate y'all.
You know, we glad to be out here for once, man. Get out of Springfield for a second.
Hey, shout out to Bloomington, 309. Got to put the city on.
Yeah. Does Bloomington have like a solidified music scene out here that you know of?
Yeah, definitely. They got a music scene.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really like that big for me to operate in, but people are starting to understand my style in town and realize like I got a little more to offer than, you know, what people associate rap with. You know what I mean?
What would you consider your style?
My style is like, it's very versatile because I can rap on like jazz beats, and that's how I got in a jazz festival in downtown Bloomington.
That's dope.
You know what I mean? And then I got like R&B stuff that I mess around with, and then I got the underground sound, like my song God Music, if anybody has heard my first album, you know what I mean, The Lost and Found. So it's real versatile, but everything I do is geared towards like being thought-provoking and like at a base level bringing change into the world based on like what Jesus would consider as like positive change.
So would you consider yourself a Christian rapper?
A
Christian artist?
I don't personally, but I'm never afraid to say that I believe in Jesus, and you'll hear it in my music all the time. So a lot of people, you know, kind of associate me as a Christian rapper, which I don't tell them that I'm not.
Yeah.
But if somebody asks me, I tell them I'm just a rapper, because I feel like if I put Christian hip hop on my like CDs, you know what I mean, then it's gonna like X out a whole group of people that I want to reach and that I need to.
I can agree with that because I wasn't hip to you till like a week ago. About a week ago, he had sent me the link, and he was like, just listen to it. So when I listened to it, I didn't hear Christian rapper. I just heard music.
Right.
I didn't, cause the Christian rap that I've heard from local and like, there's really not too many that like are big, but the ones that I did hear, like, it was kind of like forcing you to like, it was forcing the Christian rap feel, I guess, or like the what you think is what sound like type.
Yeah.
But yours, it wasn't. It was music. Like it wasn't just like, it sounded like anything that anybody would listen to.
Yeah, and that's really my goal. Like I don't write in a way to be like, how can I slip God in this song and not make people know?
There you go.
I don't do that.
Yeah.
I just like, I write and that's how it comes out. So since it comes out that way, I never wanted to be associated with the Christian hip hop community. I just want to be like the top artist in my field of rap. You know what I mean? And promote like family, promote God, promote like people being positive and rethinking life and taking a step back when they get angry, stuff like that. And I put all of that into my music because that's how I was raised to approach life.
Where does the music influence come from?
It comes from a lot of places, man. So I grew up on gospel and jazz. You know what I mean? Like praise and worship music was what my mom was always playing in the house. And then we loved jazz from the radio. But then my sister introduced us to hip hop on some like breaking the rules type stuff, you know, in the room playing like, you know, Pac videos and stuff.
Yeah.
So, but nowadays I would say like a lot of J. Cole influence. I like Chance, you know what I mean? But
is there anybody else you would say? Because there's somebody I think you got some influence. Is there anybody else you could think of?
People have a lot of people that I remind them of. I'm not gonna flex. Like I've heard everything. Big Sean. I've heard Meek Mill. Somebody said Jay-Z. I don't know, but
No,
people hear a lot of different stuff.
He didn't say it. I thought Nipsey.
Yeah. So I've only heard Nipsey. This is the second time I heard Nipsey.
I definitely. I would have liked to hear y'all on the track because I feel like the song that we got for our intro. Take this in the most compliment, but I felt like that was something that Nipsey would have said, or he would have wrote something similar to that. Like the way it was delivered, the way it sounds, like you know what I'm saying. You don't find too much of that. Like and like I said, it does not sound like people that heard the intro love the intro. Nobody was thought like this is some Christian. Like nobody even thought that.
It's
like,
just music.
It's music. Like so, I wouldn't even consider you a Christian rapper. Like I would consider you a rapper. I would put your music up against other rappers because people love music at the end of the day. Like everybody loves music. Atheists, Christians, you be whatever. Everybody loves music. You turn music on, people start dancing.
Speaks to the soul
automatically. So I'm definitely a new fan though.
Appreciate you,
I'm
man.
definitely a fan. Got a question. You believe in aliens?
Do I believe in aliens?
You think aliens exist? Because they just said it was one that was in Philly. Now, why is an alien in South Philly? I would love to wonder.
I got my own theory on all of this, and it's gonna sound kind of crazy, but
no, it ain't.
No, it ain't. So look,
no, it ain't.
This is my theory, and my dad, like all of us. This is what the conclusion that we came to, right? When people see aliens or Bigfoot or any of those creatures, right? They say it's a distinct odor in the air. It stinks. When you like come in contact with demons, they have a foul odor. You know what I'm saying? Like an evil spirit. And my thing is, demons can shapeshift. So I think that they appear to people in those crazy ways and like mess with you on a spiritual level. But we as people try to make sense out of everything. But like, it's something from another planet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
I've never heard that theory, so that's brand new, and I actually like that theory. Actually, that makes sense.
You know what I mean? It's not bad, right?
Then do you have any alien demon experiences that you've come in contact with?
Mostly when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I used to get like terrified in my room, and I would see like stuff trying to come through the door, and then when my dad would come, one time it was real bad, and it was, if you ever seen Lord of the Rings, when Gandalf got dragged down by that big fire monster with the whip, that thing before that movie came out, I lie to you not, I saw that in my doorway, and I was like shaking in fear, and I'm like sitting on my bed, and I'm just screaming out like, Dad, Dad, and then it's like laughing and smiling and stuff, and then my dad starts to come, and I hear his footsteps louder than they should be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the thing looks back, turns back around, and it's like scared, and it disappears. And then like we like prayed and read and everything, and that was the last time that something like that happened, and that was a long time ago. I was a kid, but I do have instances where I know like angels are like around me, like protecting me from stuff. You know what I mean? You kind of get that feeling on the inside, like
that weight.
Yeah, like I just avoided something. I should be like giving thanks.
Yeah, because there's times that I was supposed to do stuff, and like I'll get like this weird feeling like in my body to where like I don't know if it's like I'm being alerted about something, but like my heart start beating fast, start feeling weird, and then when I end up not going, or I end up not doing something ended up going wrong in that same place.
Like when you start to take your normal route, and then you're like, just take a left.
Yeah, and that one day that I decided,
and then it's a big car crash on your normal route. You know what I mean? Like it's that little stuff. You just gotta be sensitive to it.
Yeah. Everybody don't. Most people don't. Just it's like when you hear people say like, "Man, I should have listened. Man, I had a feeling. Man, I had a feeling." It's like you had a feeling for
should have listened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have any kids?
One. Yes, my daughter Gabrielle. She's 3. Yeah.
How does that change you?
More ways than I can describe. It's like when she was first born, holding her for the first time, like I was just freestyling last night at a concert I had in Chicago, and in that freestyle I was talking about how I never really thought that I would get to the point of being a father, even though it's a desire that I always had in my heart.
Mm-hmm.
But holding her was like unreal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And seeing her smile and stuff and run around and being able to play with her, knowing that she's like needs me to protect her and look out for her and make sure that she has what she needs, it just puts a different perspective on life. You know what I mean? You get a different understanding of love when you have a child, a different understanding of happiness and like joy, different understanding of drive to accomplish goals, and like everything I do now, I have her in the back of my head. It's like, how would this look for my daughter? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I have two. I got two kids. I got one turning 5 and then one turning 2.
Boy or girl?
Boy and a girl.
Okay.
My son is he's finna be 2, and then his sister's going to be 5. Well, it's so crazy, like when both of them were born, like my mom asked me like how did you have like that spark, and like it wasn't like what I expected. Like when I got to hold my baby, it's like it's my baby, like okay, cool, look like me. But then it was like it didn't kick in for me until I'm walking out the room and they crawl and they look at you and just smile for no reason. You could be highly pissed about something crazy. You could be like, I'm late on rent, and they just smile, like they just want you. And like that for me, that's what kind of like switched it for me, wanting to have a job and then want to have my own career and have my own destiny to whatever I want to do. And it's like it put that battery in me to like get up and go. Like you gotta get up and work. You gotta do something today. Like I don't have too many days where I sit around and do too much of nothing. Like I can get up and go, because it's like, Daddy, I want, you see that on commercial, I want that. And it's like you like, I gotta get that. I gotta go get that. And even though I know that she's gonna play with it for about 4 or 5 days, and then she's gonna toss it and have a new toy, it's kind of like it's like the thing that you want to do. And then I didn't have a dad, so like that's also another thing that like runs with it. Like having a kid, it's like a whole thing. Like it's just a lot in it. Like it's just a whole lot.
Yeah, my wife went through that because she didn't have her mom.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Dang.
So like, and then we had a daughter. For, you know, like right off the bat. So it was like a moment of realization for her. Like I have this opportunity. Yeah. You know what I mean? To like give her what I never had. I thought I was gonna get hit with the curse. You know what that is with the because when I first had my daughter, I'm like I ain't even gonna. It's cool. I got my daughter, and everybody is telling me like, oh man, she's gonna make you so soft. I'm like, no, she didn't. She made me, because I didn't want nobody to touch her. I didn't even like when she did this to other men. It could be your uncle. I'm over here. Don't go nowhere else. I'm over here. So then when I finally had my son, it was like, all right, now this is something different now, and it's like I can do what I want to and teach him the correct way of how to do things. But do you feel like having your father in your life did a lot of greatness for you? You think it put in a lot of ways, yeah. Because I feel like every son needs his father when they get to a certain age. That's like you need that male role. You know what I'm saying? That father figure in your life. And having my dad, he showed me like what hard work is. You know what I mean? Working 16-hour shifts like back to back, so we could make ends meet and play sports and do little things that we always wanted to do. You know what I mean? But my situation is kind of peculiar because I understand what both sides go through, like a single mother home, and then you know what I mean, having both parents, because they would like split up and get back together like throughout my whole life. So I got to experience both sides, and that's why I write about that in my music the way that I do, because I know what both feels like. You know what I mean? Yeah. I know what a happy home looks like, but I also know what it is like for it to deteriorate into like turmoil and constant conflict and like arguments and fights and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You play sports?
Football. That's my number one.
You got happy about that one.
Yeah, you know, I gotta talk about the ball. I gotta talk about ball.
What got you into football?
Honestly, my dad.
Yeah.
He was watching football one night, and he was just like screaming at the TV and stuff. And I was like, "Yo, this is nuts!" But he was so into it. I was like, "I want to do that."
Yeah.
And then, you know, a couple years later, got the opportunity to play in town for like the Mites, I think they were back then.
Mm-hmm.
And they told me I couldn't be a running back because I had asthma. Yeah.
Were y'all child?
They told me I couldn't be a running back because I had asthma.
They child.
And then I went to the Black Knights the next year, and I got to play that team.
Yeah.
Even though they changed their name. And
you had a chip on your shoulder.
We dogged them. Like,
oh, yeah, you had a chip on
dogged them. I had so many yards in there. And then that's kind of like when it started to click, and people were like, you could probably actually play football.
Yeah, yeah.
So I just kind of kept building on it, and then it went from something that I got into from my dad to like engage with me like he was that night. He was yelling at the TV, and then it molded into something where I was like, I love doing this. I wanna play football for like a living.
I'm gonna keep you in my prayers, man, cause
Appreciate it.
I don't want no big linebacker running at me full speed. Don't do that. I don't know. Football is fun to play, but like I hate watching it. I hate watching it, but love to play it though.
Yeah.
Like playing it is like it's like the ultimate man sport.
It's a release.
Yeah, it's like if you really mad,
it's a release.
It's not good for me.
When you can body a grown man and drop them down to the ground.
And that's the scary part too. Because I remember one time I got hit. And when he hit me, it felt like somebody punched me in my gut. Like, it hit me, and then we had another play. And it wasn't like pro football, or it wasn't like high school. It was just like, us playing out. Man, it came down. He come running at me again. I just said, man, go ahead, man. I ain't finna stand in front of you no more, dude. I already felt what you just did to me. I'm not doing that no more.
First play of every game, I run right at whoever the biggest person is, and I let the whole team know, you got 4 quarters with me, buddy.
Said I'm gonna whack you this first one.
Whoever the team look up to on defense, I'm trucking them. And when somebody pops me in football, I laugh, and that it like messes with them mentally. Like, imagine punching somebody in the face as hard as you can, and like an anime character, they start. I like that. You know what I mean? Like, you're not gonna want to fight them no more.
There's a meme like that. There was a dude that got thrown. He was like, is that all you got? Like, is that all you got now? That's funny.
That's what I like to do.
Have you did any like? What was your last? Give me your last 5 performances that you can remember
of football or music.
Well, we'll change back to music. Your last 5 performances.
I just had one last night in Chicago at Next Showcase Chicago, and that was dope because that was my first like professional virtual concert, and they had like moving cameras and everything, and
you had a virtual concert.
Yeah, it was.
How
dope.
was that? Is that like different?
It is different. It is, and I'm gonna tell you what. A professional virtual concert is different from a Facebook Live concert.
Yeah.
Facebook Live, I treat it like the fans are actually there because I put the forward facing camera on so I could like read comments as I'm rapping.
Yeah.
And I treat it like they're in the crowd. So if John jumps on the live, I'm like, "What's up, John?
Yeah.
I see you, boy." And like, because that's how I do it. And I see somebody walking in a concert, I like call them out, make them feel special. But then, like the professional one, it felt like a music video shoot because we had all these camera angles, and you got to work the room, and we had judges in there as well. You know what I'm saying? And like the bright lights, so that was like a different feel, And then I had like my first outdoor concert in a while. this Sunday in Galesburg with K-Wake Fest.
Mm-hmm.
And that was cool, you know. Obviously not a huge crowd, you know, with the COVID and everything, but like we had a blast. We had a good time. I got to like engage with the crowd again after not doing it for so long, and do the little call and response, which is one of my favorite things about having a crowd.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be different when COVID is over and everybody goes back to concert. I think it's gonna be different. I think it's gonna be a little.
Everybody keeps saying that, and
I think
wonder
for the audience, not for the artists, because the artist is like up there.
Mm-hmm.
But I think for like the audience is like
some people are not gonna be comfortable.
People still gonna be wearing masks.
Yeah, some people are not gonna be comfortable at all.
Yeah, people probably still gonna be wearing masks though.
Yeah,
I can see that happening. How do you feel about COVID though? Got any crazy theories or anything?
No, I don't. I work with people that have mad theories.
Me too.
And I just smile because I work at the post office and they try to like talk about all this political stuff at the counter, and I just smile because I'm not gonna get into any of that.
Yeah, please don't.
And I work in small towns, you know, so it's
don't.
like, you know,
Please don't.
I feel like they be baiting me, but no, I don't have any crazy theories. I think that whenever I'm out, I always have a mask on me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If I go in the store, I throw a mask on. But at the same time, I don't make people feel like they got the plague. Like, I still shake hands, you know what I mean? I still embrace people. But I do take it more serious than, like, some people feel like COVID is not real at all. It's
no,
like,
it is.
It's all fake.
I had it.
Yeah, so.
I had it. It was... So I wasn't officially, like... They didn't say I had it, but it was, like, right before it, like, became a thing. It was in, like, January. It was, like, January. I normally get the flu once a year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's normal for everybody, but I know normally most people get it like once a year or once every other year.
I hardly get sick, but when I do, it's like I kind of like work through it, so I never get like sick enough to stay home. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, when I had it was like normally, and when I get the flu, it's like 2-3 days, something like that. Some NyQuil, lay down, don't do nothing, then I'll be straight on like the third day.
Yeah.
But man, it was.
It hit you, huh?
Yeah, it was horrible. It went for 2 weeks.
Dang.
I never.
That 14 days. That's what they keep saying.
I never in my life, and I had every symptom, everything. I was wheezing, spitting up mucus like crazy. I couldn't taste my chicken noodle soup. It was. I even put salt in it and could not taste nothing. Like, it was just.
That was all bad.
It was wild. Like, and then I passed out. This is the crazy part. CDC, please let me know what this is. I passed out on the last day that I was sick. I passed out. I was in the bathroom. I get up. I'm trying to walk in. No, I'm sitting down first in the bathroom, and I get real hot. Just bow.
Out of nowhere.
Thermostat. Just I'm sweating crazy. I get up. I try to walk into my kitchen. Take a couple steps. I get to bumping in the walls like I'm drunk.
Dang.
Then I turn the corner to get into my kitchen. As I get in my kitchen and I went to reach for the faucet, I go blind. I'm reaching for the sink. I'm just reaching. I turn the water on, and then I'm reaching in the sink. I don't care if the cup dirty or not. I'm just trying to find a cup, and before I can reach anything, wow.
Your system was shutting down the whole time.
Yeah, I passed out, and once I passed out, I fell on my chin, so I cut my chin. I fell. And I was out probably for like 5 seconds or something. And I woke back up, and like, that was the first time in my life I was terrified. Because I never went blind. I had never like, was just so like.
Out of it.
Man, and then the crazy part about it, while I was still on the ground, before I can even, I'm still just sitting on my chin. I could have got up, but I'm sitting there, I'm like, am I tripping? Like, I'm like, did I just pass out? Because it happened so quick. Like, so I'm sitting there, the water is running. But it does not sound like how water sounds when it's running. It sounds weird. My TV was on, and the TV, it did not sound right.
It was like groggy.
It was crazy. Like, it was wild. And then after that, went to the hospital. He's like, "Oh, you might have had the flu." I said, "Why pass it?" I don't know. I don't know. She's like, babe, that should have made you
hospital
pass
be
out.
so unhelpful.
Yeah, they don't know anything.
Like, that's
they don't know
stressing me out.
They had no idea about nothing. And then after that, 2 days later, I was back straight. It was wild. It was wild.
They still sent you a bill too.
Oh yeah.
That thing sitting on my counter right now. They sent that bill. They said, thanks for coming in. They gave me no medicine, nothing. I just went back home, took some NyQuil, laid down, sat in the house. But COVID is real. Like, and I'm 10,000% sure I had it because it was before they even came out with symptoms and all that. Like, it was way before that. COVID is crazy. I hope anybody that ever had COVID or going through it, I hope everybody gets well.
Seriously.
Because it's crazy. I want to get back to being able to go have fun openly and all the good stuff.
Not have to worry about being in public.
How many tapes you got put up?
Don't ask me that question.
How many? I'll take you for a smart man. Most people like y'all have stuff put up, and if you can estimate how many songs you got put up, not released.
I won't do songs,
okay,
but
albums.
Tapes. I got.
You got a lot. He said.
That's his answer.
I got 14.
Dang. Okay, are we talking about like 14 like EPs, or are we talking about like full length?
The shortest one is 4 tracks.
Okay.
All the rest of them are like 6, 8 or more.
Okay. Oh yeah. So you got so you got tapes.
I got the names. I got everything. People. I put a clip up of like these guys fighting over somebody to release music. Just put out the album. Drop it today. I was like, yo, this is me. What is it something that you're waiting on, or is it more or less it's just you just thinking ahead of time? I just need to get everything organized. Yeah. Certain ones I have recorded in my home studio, but I don't want to put that quality out anymore.
What he said.
It's important. It really is.
Thank you. And so I tell people that people think that I'm trying to get them as a customer. I'm trying to get them to spend money with me. And it's like, no, you do understand. People literally take your quality. You want people to think that you're spending bread.
Yeah.
You want people to think that you're investing in yourself, which you are. So you don't want to rap on your phone and then send it in to Def Jam like, yeah, check this out. They're gonna
hear that one scratchy vocal and turn it off.
No, it's over with. They gonna hear dishes. They gonna hear air. They gonna hear your kids running around. They gonna like, nah, I'm cool. Like, yeah, but that's good though.
That's important.
Yeah,
can't just be putting stuff out like. And I eventually in the future I might even send my recordings in to get them like remastered on the stuff that I put out on the Lost and Found and FGATC because I got like, in my opinion, I got some quality tracks on those first 2 albums that I still feel like have gone, you know what I mean, like overlooked.
Yeah.
And I think that
they will, but you need those.
That sound quality would make people be like, this is actually good.
But
like,
the good
we can play this
when they go
overlooked
though, when they go overlooked, don't get discouraged by it because it's a good thing. Because when you have that one tape that like really gets you that, people go back. And they bounce back. I'm like, oh, he been doing this thing. Like, so it's.
So I told my wife like, when I start really putting music out, like, cause I had talked about, and he knows this, I had talked about putting out like a new album every month and just doing something that I don't think a rapper has ever done. Yeah. And make sure it's all quality. But I told her, like, people are going to go back, like you said, and check out my old stuff. Especially, you start getting those core fans. They start buying the merchandise and all that. People are going to want to track your success and follow your story.
Yeah, that's how it always happens. That's where it starts from. When I first met Elijah, he shot a music video. But before he shot my music video, I went through and I looked at all his stuff up until his current date of stuff at that time.
Yeah, and I'll be doing that.
Yeah. No, you have to.
I'm surprised at the amount of people that won't do that though. Like, how many times has someone hit you up, or both of y'all, because you're doing rap stuff, you're doing engineering stuff. How many times? And obviously, I do video stuff, and I feel like this happens to all 3 of us. People will hit me up, ask me to collaborate, and then ask me to do something I've never done before, like a style I've never. They'll ask me to shoot a video that isn't anywhere near the type of video I would ever shoot. You know what I mean? And I feel like that happens with rappers all the time too, and engineers are like, can you mix this song this way? You know, can you feature on this kind of song? You're like, I'm not gonna feature on your EDM dubstep song, like,
Man.
you know, or I'm not gonna mix, you know, this symphony type thing, you know, that, I mean, and that's stuff you might be curious to branch out into, but it's like, the amount of people that have asked me to shoot videos and then been like thrown off when I'm like, I don't know if you want me to do that, I don't know if I'm your guy,
Right.
and then I recommend someone that I know that has done it, like, I'll tell them, hey, I'm willing to see where it goes, but I don't know, like, I don't know if I'm your mans for this.
Yeah.
Does that happen for you guys at all? Has that been a situation for you?
Yeah, I've had
a little bit,
Yeah.
I'm one of them for you, probably, for my project, because I sent you a beat that was kind of hip hop.
It's a kind of hip hop.
But I take that stuff as like a challenge.
For sure.
Yeah.
It can be fun.
Mm-hmm. So I was interested to still do that, the Judas track and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, that's dope. Yeah, cause he was on your tape, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're the most streamed song right now, actually, I think. Or the most saved, yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, people really like that.
That's
one.
dope.
Yeah, which I haven't told you guys, so.
Yeah, no,
Now you know.
that's cool.
But,
That's funny. If there's any advice you can give an artist, an upcoming artist, what piece of advice would you give them?
I would tell upcoming artists, don't believe the hype, first of all.
Thank you.
Because a lot of artists try to make you think like you're supposed to be making money immediately. And I heard Meek Mill say he didn't start making money until after his 8th year of doing music. You know what I mean? Like actual money, you know? And then I would also say, don't be afraid to do stuff for free and to get your feet wet. Don't get pumped up with ego and be like, nah, I don't do open mics. I don't do nothing for free. Cause I hear that a lot, but going to a lot of open mics is, for one, how I got booked on a lot of shows. 2, how I met other artists. And 3, how I got my stage legs.
Yeah.
My sea legs.
You gotta get your practice. You don't want to be your first show is just summer jam. Like that's the first thing you do. Like no.
But that's how people think though. It's like, I'm
you don't
finna
want
write this song and I'm gonna record it in like the little closet that I got. I'm gonna put it on SoundCloud and then I'm gonna be performing in a music festival next week.
Yeah.
But in reality, if you ended up on that stage, you'll probably forget every single word if that was your first time ever being on stage.
Terrified. We're gonna be terrified.
You're terrified. You gotta practice in the mirror, you know what I mean? Go to the park and rap for strangers. Like, just literally get out of your comfort zone and get used to people staring at you and memorizing your lyrics. So, like, rap and look people in the eyes while you rap, because that will throw a new artist off. Somebody makes eye contact with them on stage. It's a very personal thing to make eye contact. So when you already feel uncomfortable, that'll make your lyrics go out the window.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I was telling him on the way up here how the first time I ever saw you perform, you had crutches.
That's true. Audio feed.
And you still went crazy on stage with one crutch. I'm pretty sure you threw one down at one point, and you're hopping around on one leg because you tore your ACL, if I'm not mistaken. And that's when I was just like, who is this guy? Had the audacity to come out here and had more energy with everyone else with 2 legs. That blew my mind a little bit.
That's funny.
Yeah, man, that was dope. First time on audio feed, and I got hurt, you know, with football, and I wasn't gonna not do it though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I actually had 2 music festivals on crutches, and then I had a third one that summer with my brace on, and I just put my brace under my pants so people wouldn't notice. And was like on stage moving real slow and wavy. You know what I mean?
That boy Cha-Cha sliding out there. See, I'm smooth with
Being
it.
real gentle with it,
Yeah.
but one leg hopping. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
funny.
But no, that's a huge part of being an artist, is being a performer.
Yeah, that's dope.
Like, if you're born on stage, that's where a lot of artists make their money, is from live shows. So you got to be able to entertain a crowd.
That's dope. And if anybody wanted to get a hold of you, you want to give everybody your social medias, your Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that?
Yeah. So everything is V8, like the juice. Vast Change. That's VASTCHANGE. V8 Vast Change on all social media. I barely use my Twitter. I'm sorry if you only use Twitter. I'm gonna try to get better, but Instagram and Facebook I use the most. Check out the new album, Civil Disobedience. It's available on all streaming platforms.
Fire.
Thank you, man.
Fire.
It's getting a lot of good publicity, and you know, I think that it has the potential to really open up some eyes and change some hearts. So give it a shot.
Yeah. And then follow me on Facebook at Reco. No, it's not Reco. It's Play It Den Reco. PlayItDenReco. You can follow me on there. Instagram is I Don't Need the Fame. When you go on my Instagram, you'll see that I really do not want the fame. I don't have that many followers. I'm not active on there like that. But you can also follow me on there. I'm going to start uploading my beats and more content on there.
Okay.
My man's on the ones and twos and lines and shuttles behind the scene. If he was not on here, it would not look correct. And we're out. Hey, that's going to be my new closing from now on.
There you go. You should change your Facebook name to I Do Need the Fame.
Yeah, praying for my city every day and night. When we hit the streets, we ain't trying to fight. But we still war ready. Got the whole platoon marching with me, moving steady. Brother just got called.